Mike couldn't imagine that this day could be any worse. It was bad enough that he'd been handed an envelope and given the bad news, but now he would have to go home and tell his wife, Michelle. They had gotten married 3 years ago, right out of college, and had started their careers. They were both making decent money, but Mike had no idea how they were going to manage financially. Mike was immersed in his thoughts, barely aware of his surroundings as he drove home when his cell phone rang. "Hello? Hey, baby, is everything okay? You don't sound so good." "Sorry, it's been a rough day. I'll tell you about it when I get home." "Okay, I have something to tell you when you get home, too." "Oh, I forgot to tell you before, my parents are having dinner with us tonight. I'll see you when you get home. Love you. I love you, too." When the call ended, Mike groaned. He loved Michelle's parents, but the last thing he wanted to do was give her bad news when her parents were there. On second thought, though, maybe having them there wasn't so bad. They had been through a lot, so maybe they could help Michelle see that this was just a setback, and that together they would find a way to get through it. Mike didn't want to spoil everyone's dinner, but decided it would be best to break the bad news as soon as they got home. That way they would have plenty of time to talk about it, and try to work out a plan on how to move forward. Mike, envelope in hand, walked through the door of their small apartment and found Michelle and her parents, Tom and Mary Beth, sitting on the couch waiting for him. Michelle had the biggest smile on her face as she sat holding her mother's hand, and it pained him to know that he would be the cause of her smile turning to tears. Before he could enter, Michelle said, "Hi, baby. I know you've had a rough day, but I have something important to tell you. So, for the last 10 months, we've been trying to have kids without success. So today, my mom went with me to the fertility doctor. They took some blood to run some tests while we talked to the doctor. After a while, a nurse came in and handed the results of the blood test to the doctor. After looking at the results, he said there was nothing he could do to help. Because I'm already pregnant." Mike stared silently at Michelle for a minute, digesting what she had just told him. As he took in her words, tears streamed down his face. Michelle, thinking that Mike was stunned by this news, jumped up to hug Mike, but recoiled in horror when he screamed, "Don't touch me!" Tom and Mary Beth stared at Mike incredulously. They had never seen him like this before. "Mike, what happened? I don't understand. We talked about this. This is what you wanted, isn't it?" "What did I want? This is definitely not what I wanted. What I wanted was to have children with the woman I loved most in the world, raise them, and then grow old together, surrounded by family and friends. This is what I wanted." Michelle was on the verge of tears. "What are you talking about? We're going to have a baby. We're going to grow old together." "No, you are having a baby, not us." Mike spit out the venom. "Did you forget I had a doctor's appointment today? I went to a reproductive doctor, too, to see what advice he could give me to help you get pregnant. But instead," he gasped, lifting the envelope in his hand above his head before tossing it onto the coffee table, "this is what I got. A stupid fucking piece of paper that robbed me of all my hopes and dreams." Since no one else spoke, Tom asked, "What's in the envelope, Mike?" Looking Tom in the eye, Mike replied, "The results of today's tests." Turning his hate-filled eyes to Michelle, he said through clenched teeth, "I'm infertile.